Live from Soho, New York City in sparkling HD, it's Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern.
Hi everybody, welcome to the show. I was having a bad hair day until I put on this wig that Phil B made. Today,
yeah, this is excellent.
we're going to talk
about... so humid out.
That just can't keep my frizz in check.
Yeah.
Phil, what's on today's show?
On today's show, we have a code. The code is hoodie. This gives you 10% off everything in the Adafruit store in the Flora and Wearable section.
Oh my gosh, if you didn't do your Halloween costume yet, use this code, get 10% off your supplies.
Wearable Wednesday, we're going to be talking about electronic Halloween, some costumes and props and things. A special photo series from Phil B, from his costume of Halloween yesteryear.
We'll launch today's Wearable Wednesday project, your last-minute Halloween costume solution.
That's right. Component of the week,
where we show you a component, tell you why we like it.
Material spotlight.
We show you a material, and we show you how to use it.
And last but not least, questions and answers.
We answer your questions. If you have any questions about wearable electronics during the show, you can post them in the comments below, or on Twitter, or Facebook, or Google+, or carrier pigeon, or fax them to us, and we'll put them in next week's show and make you eligible for our special giveaway.
All right. Okay. So here we are. So what is this? Let's just start off, because this is the elephant in the room. No, this is the LED.
The LED's in your face.
Yeah. So what is this project specifically?
It's a wig that Phil B made that has NeoPixels in it.
Yeah. How is it powered?
There's a battery pack in the pocket. I believe it's screwed shut. That looks like 3 AA batteries. And it's got a trinket and a perma-proto board and all the wires going in, and then the battery goes in the pocket.
And Phil could have used a Gemma as well.
Yes, trinket or Gemma, but there's a lot of wires coming into it for all of the different pieces of strip. So the perma-proto was nice, and the trinket has multiple, like lots of different pins.
Yeah. And then these are those cable organizers, right? Like these are the...
No, these are the things ravers put in their hair.
Really?
They're not cable organizers.
Some of these are cable organizers. Are you sure about
the cable, there's zip ties, which are for cable organization. But these are like the things, and they come in different colors, and you mix them in with your like real dreadlocks to make like extra big raver Burning Man dreadlocks.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called. Falls, I think. I don't actually know because I'm not hip with the cool kids jive.
Okay. No, it's really neat.
But they're definitely not for organizing cables. They're definitely for putting LEDs inside and putting in your hair.
So we'll have the tutorial and probably a video soon with this?
Soon, but not by Halloween.
Okay. Maybe.
Phil sent it to me in the mail.
We'll have it on Ask an Engineer too.
Yeah.
Which is Saturday nights at 10 Eastern Standard and show and tell 9:30. Oh, one thing, we're going to dive right in soon. I'm going to save it to the Halloween section.
Okay.
I'm just going to save it. I'm going to save it.
Okay.
All right.
In other news, we upgraded our broadcasting setup. Can you see that we are in such crisp focus with such nice optics? We're using the Panasonic GH3 camera to broadcast to you right now as our main camera.
Yeah. I'm on Twitter. I'll be posting up some things. We have a lot of fun equipment things. I'm going to do a post soon because we have like 4 or 5 shows now.
Right.
I figured one was kind of complicated, so I'm just going to do 5.
It's great. You work it all out that way.
Yeah. So that is what we're doing.
So moving right along, and speaking of Halloween, if you haven't bought any supplies yet for your Halloween costume and you'd like to, you can use code HOODIE on checkout in the Adafruit store to get 10% off supplies for your Halloween costume, stuff in the Flora and Wearables category, including EL wire to make today's hoodie project.
Okay.
Let's talk about Halloween on the site. Every single day, we've been, as part of our Halloween coverage every single weekday, we've been posting up Halloween costumes that you can build, some of which use Adafruit gear. There's lots of really crazy stuff, and we brought some pictures to show you today. Somebody up in the forums, his name's JDC928 in the forums, made this beautiful helmet with NeoPixels in it, and also like a weird chest plate thing that just like covered in NeoPixels. That's a really cool costume. And then Carly Lewis with her boyfriend made this really nice portal gun. And like before 3D printing, we would see some portal guns, right? With like vacuum forming or like shape lock plastic. This one's 3D printed, the white parts, and then they used a Shapeways service to order the parts, and then like reinforced them with some resin and polished it all up and made this beautiful portal gun replica.
Yeah, look at that.
That's the Halloween prop of the season.
Of the year.
It's the nicest portal gun I've ever seen.
Of the year.
Yeah. And then with Phil B, who made this wig I'm wearing, we were talking about this project and how it maybe looks better on a lady. And we were talking about our various projects, and he showed me the EL wire wings and horns he made for his. Which costume is this for? For the dragon costume?
Yeah, this
has
was
horns. Yeah.
It can. I mean, it has everything.
It has everything.
Almost every Adafruit product on a dragon-like entity.
So remember last week we had the bike helmets with the EL wire framing on. This is very similar. So if you were looking to do horns or wings, Phil B made these awesome pieces to go with his dragon costume. And then on the site right now in the Halloween category too, there's some more EL wire wings. Threadbanger did a fairy wing trimmed in EL wire tutorial.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this on the site later. We have show and tell coming up this Saturday, and then show and tell coming up next Saturday. Now the problem is, I don't know which one is the Halloween weekend for parties. I've heard both. So this Saturday people are going to Halloween parties, and then Saturday coming up people are going to
After Halloween.
It's
That's
so
weird.
close.
Well, I think for the show and tell, I mean, like next week you can have a Halloween party, and those people who actually have their costumes finished will show up. And then the week after, the people who finished their costumes just in time for actual Halloween can then have an opportunity to show their Halloween costumes, tweaked.
So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the show and tell. If you have a Halloween costume, show up 9:30. Just go to the Google Plus page on Saturdays at 9:30 and just add a comment, and we'll add you to the circle. And do show us your costumes. We'll probably give away prizes.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Okay, so it is Wearable Wednesday, Becky.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's that day. You have a new project that you're going to share.
Yeah, so we made a bunch of Halloween projects and tried to make them doable for you by Halloween, right? So we went in descending order of complexity. This week's project is a really simple EL wire hoodie. And we made two in sort of the Tron colors so that you can, like, if you went with your friend to a Halloween party, you could be the two sides of Tron characters. And here's lovely Rissa, who works in the wearables department. And this project's simple, good for last minute. You can do it. It doesn't have glue, so you don't have to wait for anything to dry. You could do this like in the car on the way to your Halloween party if you really needed to. Yeah, it's really fast.
Make sure someone else is driving though.
Oh yeah, no, not while driving.
No making and crafting while driving.
No.
Or texting.
But I mean that you can do it really quickly, and we have a short video to show you about it.
Let's go to the video.
Are you looking for a last-minute Halloween costume that looks like it took forever? Try building a light-up hoodie with EL wire. Perfect for school and office parties or that parade you forgot you said you'd join. All you need for this project is an EL wire starter pack from Adafruit, a needle and thread, and scissors. Oh, and your favorite hoodie, of course. Put the inverter pack in your hoodie's pocket and poke a small hole on the inside for a wire to come through. Plug in the EL wire and stitch it to the hoodie along the inside of the zipper with a whip stitch. This way you can adjust how much shows by adjusting the zipper. Continue whip stitching the EL wire around the inside of the hood and then back down the other side of the zipper. If you have extra EL wire at the end, just cut it off.
You can make your hoodie extra fancy by trying out Adafruit's flowing effect EL wire, or switch out your inverter for a sound activated one so the light thumps to the music. Boop, 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 boop. It's pretty cool. And you can share your Halloween projects with us online using hashtag Electronic Halloween, or make an appearance on our weekly show and tell on Google+. Subscribe for more videos from Adafruit, and we hope that your Halloween is safe and glowy. Bye!
Okay, and we're back. So easy to do project. All the stuff's in the Adafruit store. Tutorials up right now. Videos up right now. Okay.
Yeah.
No excuses. Also, you can wear that all year. We can.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally. It's like you wear it to a party or Burning Man, but like it's pretty. You can once you turn it off, it's really it's not. It doesn't look like it's there. So you can, go from like drab to fab really fast by just turning on your hoodie.
In the new Tron movie, I thought the story was horrible, but the visuals and the clothing and everything else was fantastic.
Well, I only thought the story was bad because because Jeff Bridges now can only play the dude, and so it was like the dude in Tron, and I'm like, well, it kind of makes sense, but like, where's the bowling? Like, if they had a bowling scene, I
like
totally
EL bowling.
I wouldn't have thought that the movie plot was so bad, but it was, right? It was Jeff Bridges as the dude in Tron.
Yeah, I think it got away from. I mean, there's so much potential. Anyways, the visuals were stunning.
The visuals were really stunning.
I like the jacket that they had. It was just like one strip of EL, and that's kind of like my style with wearables. I like where it's subtle, elegant, and it's also, wow, that's unique and weird. Like a little armband or like a subtle stripe on shoes. You know, one little line around is really nice. You, of course, go crazy with like Firewalker shoes and all that, but
Right.
if you wanted to actually wear it on a day-to-day basis.
Right, but even then, like this and the Firewalker shoes, like when they're off, they're more subtle, and then you can program a very
Yeah.
like subtle animation. And this is way subtle, and the sound activated inverter like makes it really noticeable. And so you have like many levels of
Yeah.
outlandishness. But it was easy. They're really easy to make. Cheap. All you need is the EL wire starter pack, and you've got yourself a sweet Halloween project. I think this type of hoodie is actually a commercially available product now. You can buy an EL
That's no
wire
fun.
hoodie, but it's
Make your own.
not as fun as making. And it's probably cheaper to make your own if you already have the hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to change colors or make it do other things. Yeah.
Right. Or you want to do the flowing effect EL wire. That's really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Next up, component of the week. Becky, what the heck is this thing?
That is the micro LiPo charger. It charges batteries through your USB port, and it works really well with our teeny tiny little batteries. And it's my favorite. It's my favorite way to charge all my wearables projects.
Yeah, I put one of these in every possession I have because I'm always needing to charge up stuff, and I always have a little. I always have a USB something.
Yeah.
Like a laptop or
Or a
something
battery
else.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we got it printed on this thicker PCB that is this right thickness to fit in your USB port. It has a little onboard charging light, so it says when it's charging, it says when it's done. I have like 6 of these at my desk because all of the wearables projects that use lithium polymer batteries need a little charger, and it's so tiny and convenient, and it fits in your pocket. And so
Yeah.
to go with it, my favorite battery right now is the 150 milliamp hour teeny tiny little guy. I don't know if
Okay.
you want to go
Yeah,
to the
so
overhead. I
yeah.
have both of these things. Here I have it plugged into my Gemma. We're actually getting some other tiny LiPos soon, but so no time like the present to celebrate this guy and all of the great stuff he's done so far. All of our lithium polymer batteries have protection circuitry on board to help prevent you from getting hurt if it gets shorted or punctured. And we use them on all kinds of stuff. Like here's the NeoPixel ring earrings. I'll plug that in and you see that fire up. And so the little charger, the micro LiPo, we have a couple different lithium polymer battery chargers. We have the solar one, the USB and DC one, and this little micro one. And the micro one is the only one that's approved for charging the tiny battery, and that's because it charges it quite slowly. And on the back it has a, it charges like at 100 milliamps. And if you want, you can make it charge faster to work with the bigger batteries by shorting this little jumper on the back. But this little pair, like it's magic. You just put it in your pocket and it's ready to go. I like it a lot. Here, look.
Yeah.
And it
You know,
powers
I'm feeling really
Gemma.
underdressed for the show. Like,
Do you want me to go get you the Triceratops?
No, I wore that the last show.
Do you want to wear your GPS
No,
jacket?
but maybe we should coordinate a little bit before the shows, because, like, you know, it's a little, I don't know. It's like, this is all fine, but
It's unfair that
Yeah,
do you want to wear it?
no, maybe I'll get a tie or something next time. That's fine.
Here's the micro LiPo. Also can power Flora. So like for our headphone project or for this hat I'm wearing. Here, this one makes sound when I turn it on. Oh, does it turn on? Maybe not. Maybe my battery is not charged. It looks like I need to plug it in.
If we only had chargers.
I know. But I use it on all of the backs of the brooch projects because this is the battery we have that's small enough to fit like on the brooch. This is also our magnetic
Yeah.
pin back. So it's a self-contained unit. This is our heart rate monitoring brooch.
Yeah.
But, you know, great stuff.
One thing I wanted to talk about, so when we design the electronics here at Adafruit, we always make a decision. Do you put an onboard charger on something, or do you charge it off board? And you and I talked about this before, Lamar, Lady Ada, we all talk about this. When it's on clothing, we think it's important to keep the charger off of it because it can get hot and melt or burn, or who knows, you can have a short. We think it's a good practice. Now, not everybody does that, and that's fine, but that's what we decided to do, so that's why we made this little charger.
Yeah.
Is that what you've experienced, like especially for beginners, that maybe charging is not a good idea on the actual things?
Right, because like beginners make mistakes, right? And like that's what part of what being a beginner is. And we
That's
want
your job. You only have one job if you're a beginner.
Well, we want you to be able to fail gracefully, right? And softly and without burning fire. And lithium polymer batteries are pretty dangerous. Like if you, puncture them, like if these earrings get too beat up and something punctures them, like it could leak chemicals or it could heat up or short out and catch on fire. And so that's why for absolute beginners, we usually recommend alkaline battery packs. And the charging, we want to make it as easy and safe as possible, so that even if your like pixels are shorted out, you're not gonna like walk away from a thing that's gonna catch on fire. Not that they don't heat up that much, but like if something goes wrong, we want to make sure you're as safe as possible.
So that's why because people ask like, oh, why do you do that? And why do you have these chargers? And why do you build all this stuff? So we actually think about it quite a bit. The other thing that you don't see behind the scenes, and you and I talk about this, is most tutorials and most things that we make, we've made all the mistakes in advance for you. So that's when you get something, you're like, that was so easy to build and make.
Yeah.
It's because we've kind of figured out all the things that could go wrong. And we also think about, what if we didn't know anything and had to put this together? So it's just one of the things that we like to discuss when we have these products. But I really like the little charger.
And it's cheap.
handy.
It's cheaper too than the other chargers. It's like super cheap. Like this whole little combo here is really affordable. So that's
Speaking
really
of,
nice.
good segue, Becky. The code is hoodie if you want to pay even less. 10% off. Lasts till 11:59 tonight. Code is hoodie. Everything in Flora and Wearable section. All right, material spotlight time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we'll get songs for all this. We will.
I think that I was just mimicking the new products jingle from the. Okay, I want to talk to you about Sugru because I just used some and I got excited about it and wanted to tell you about it. Sugru is.
If you Sugru something, say something.
It's this moldable air curing silicone,
Pretty good.
and so it's like molding clay, but it's made out of silicone. So when it dries, it's like flexible but firm and also waterproof. So all of the recommended uses are like to fix your fraying like iPad charging cable, or to put feet on your gadget, or to repair things, right? And you can also use it for wearable electronics. We have some examples, some pictures here.
Oh yeah, you just did this, right?
I didn't do
that.
that.
Not this one.
I didn't do that. No,
There's
I'll show
another
you
one.
what I did in a second. So there's like a ring, and like here, this enclosure has it being used around an LCD. And I just used Sugru to fix this.
This one's yours.
Yeah, this one's mine, to fix the food processor. So my friend's got this food processor and on a stainless steel table, and when you put the stainless steel pot on the stainless steel table next to the food processor with plastic legs, can you see how melty it got? So I made new feet for the food processor out of Sugru. It's not exactly wearable electronics, but it's totally awesome. And it's waterproof. And but what I do use it for wearable electronics sometimes is to make like a little circuit sandwich. So if you want to go to the overhead. This heart rate monitoring brooch has Sugru between the heart rate receiver and the Flora, and what that does is it makes like first an insulated bond so that the layers of the sandwich aren't touching each other, but it's not a glue, but what it does is because it like sneaks up around all of the electrical components, it holds pretty firmly, but if there were a bug or I wanted to take it apart, with some effort it peels off, because it's silicone. So that's kind of cool because it's like glued unless I don't want it to be glued, and then it comes off real clean.
Yeah. I've used Sugru for, I had little cameras that I had to mount somewhere that were semi-permanent. I did that. It's a 3D printing helper.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I printed out something that was 3D printed, and I'm like, oh man, I messed up. And like I would put the Sugru in and then kind of like sculpt and then it would harden.
Yep.
And also joints on 3D printed stuff. So 3D printing plastic is hard.
Right.
Sugru makes
flexible.
Yeah. We're doing this effort called Make the World, where we're 3D printing all these hands, and these are
Some of them have Sugru on them?
no, but we're adding Sugru. So they're very rigid, and this is kind of neat. You can put it on the overhead. This is from the RoboHand project, and these are for people who don't have their limbs and people who are in need. And 3D printing seems a good option to get these to the people who need them most. And the plans are available online and people are improving them, but they're very rigid. So adding Sugru to certain things for gripping and stuff like that is one of the things that we're working on.
Fingertips.
Yeah, fingertips and all sorts of things.
Yeah, this is a really cool material. And didn't you have Jane, the founder of Sugru,
right.
on
Yeah.
Ask an Engineer?
If you search on the Adafruit archives on YouTube and look for Sugru, you'll see Jane on there. You'll see, I think she was on there twice maybe. We're big fans of the company. So that was neat to have them on.
It's a nice it's a neat maker business story, entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
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 Startup-y kind of thing.
Okay,
It's a cool
great.
material, and we'll be giving this packet of Sugru away later in the show. If you want to be eligible for any of the giveaways on the Wearables show, just ask us good questions about wearable electronics, and if we answer your question, we'll make you eligible for that week's giveaway.
All right, next up. Questions and answers. You got questions. Becky has some answers.
I have some answers.
Sometimes we even have more questions after the questions. Sometimes we have more answers, and sometimes we ask questions that don't have answers to. And then sometimes there's answers and you have to guess the question, but that's Jeopardy, and that's a different show.
What is wearable electronics?
Yeah, that's a different show. And the other thing, speaking of show upgrades, we got mugs.
Can I have one of these for my house, please?
Yes.
I promise whenever anyone drinks out of it, I'll make them pretend that they're on the show.
We're not, only hosts of shows get the mugs.
I'm really serious. I could do some more
You're
mugs.
a host of a show, of an
Nice.
Adafruit show. You get a mug. People were asking about these, if they could buy them. We don't do swag. We anything that has the Adafruit logo either has to be something special that you can buy,
Right.
or something just for the staff here. So this is one of the few things. So if you would like a mug, join Adafruit, work here,
Host
start
your
a show,
own live show,
start
and
a
then
show.
you can have a bonus mug.
Yeah.
Seriously, do you only get 2 of these?
No, there's an extra one.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an extra. All right. So here's the first question, Becky.
Okay.
First question is, what different methods would you recommend for powering more than 20 neopixels on the go?
Well, 20 is not so bad, right? Like these earrings are 16, and yeah, I guess they're not on all at once. They have a clever animation too. Wow, the earrings look really great with the wig. There's a 16 and they're not all on at once, but if you want them all on at once, you look up like how many amps you're going to draw. You probably don't need them at full brightness, but there's going to be more and more questions like this. How do I put a lot of power in my wearables project? I have a couple of suggestions for you. One would be our large lithium polymer battery packs, and those are like flat, like cell phone batteries that don't have any like hard protection around them, but they can deliver a lot of current. And if you need, you can put them in parallel with each other in different parts of your circuit, where like each end of your NeoPixel strip, or splice one in at the middle of your NeoPixel strip to power it. You could also use our lithium-ion battery packs. These are the chunkier ones, and those can really deliver a lot of amperage. They're a little chunkier, so you would want to put them in your pocket or something. But
Yeah, these look really great. Web cameras don't do such a good job with LEDs, but this camera is not a web camera. It's a special camera just for high-definition recording. It's looking really good. Yeah. Are you going to go out later and run New York with this
I was talking earlier because like I usually spend so much time around the projects before they're launched. So like by the time they're launched, I'm like, yeah, it's this thing. I've been thinking about it for like 3 weeks. And like Philby made this, and it's like, Becky, can you like make a video of the ladies and the wig and it like arrived, and I'm like, holy crap, this thing's awesome. I'm gonna wear it around everywhere. So yeah, totally. I'm just gonna wear it. I mean, I'm having a bad hair day today anyway, so.
Parents probably don't like their kids or like other people's kids to borrow for a while. And
Right, because you see all the flaws in your own work, right?
Next up, I know you have used snaps and conductive thread to connect Flora to a wearable project. Any concerns with using snaps with regular hookup wire to connect Flora to other components, NeoPixels, or even PCB? I'm making a costume and want it to be as easily to take apart everything as possible.
Yes, and yes. Snaps are great. You can solder to them with regular hookup wire. Stranded hookup wire is good for wearables because it's more flexible and won't like break off with repeated bending as easily. But you can solder wires onto snaps all day long. In fact, if you look at my old TV Be Gone hoodie project on Make from ages ago,
That's right.
it uses an Adafruit TV Be Gone, and then all of the major like connections to the switch I made with conductive thread were made with snaps, so that you could take the whole circuit board out in case you were worried about putting it through the washing machine, which I wasn't, but I wanted a way to take it out to show it to people. So yeah, totally. Snaps are awesome. We have some in the store.
Okay, next up, this is a long question, but I'm just going to skip to the middle part. Do you have any ideas for some way you can control the shape and stiffness or scrunched upness similar of fabric? The shape and the scrunch upness.
Yes. So this guy wants to make like scrunchy animated clothes. And he was thinking about motors and how motors are bulky and it's hard to put motors in clothes, and I agree. And servos are noisy and that's kind of obnoxious. The thing you're looking for is called shape memory alloy or nitinol wire.
Nitinol.
And it's nitinol. It's fun to say.
Yeah.
Nitinol, and it's like it just looks like solid wire, but what happens is when current is applied to it, it changes shape, like scrunches up or lets go. And so I've seen people make like origami flowers like this that have like nitinol on the petals, and then when the power turns on, it like closes or opens. It's a very
cool.
subtle effect. It's not very dramatic, like I lifted a whole flap of fabric, but it can be used for controlling what you so scientifically referred to as the scrunched upness of the fabric.
That's a technical term. We'll get technical here.
We don't have any. Maybe we should get some samples of, I'll put it on my list, knit
Okay.
and all.
Next up, any major differences between the EL wire and the EL tape besides just the physical shape? Brightness, perhaps?
EL tape is indeed just long, skinny EL panel. That said, we might not get our EL tape and EL panel from the same place, so...
Oh, and even when we do, the manufacturing process between wire and panel is different.
Between wire, but they're talking about tape and panel.
Yeah, but even between tape and panel sometimes it's different because they're different surface areas.
Right.
And it will always look a little different. It's not possible
Sure,
to match.
yeah, so if you're looking to make like your Tron costume and you want it all, like the tape and the panel to match, we've had pretty good luck with our aqua colored tape and panel matching each other. So yes, it's the same like material where the phosphor is laid down in a plane, and then the two dielectrics are in a plane instead of around like in the wire. So they're more likely to look alike than EL wire and EL tape. But we still might get them from different manufacturers, and different lots use slightly different phosphor or shine-through materials, so you can't count on them being exactly the same color. But I think your question was just, are they the same thing technically? And yes, they are.
And speaking of, I'll do a little behind the scenes here. Hey, so why don't we do an EL video with Andrew?
Yeah, sure.
All about EL.
EL wire and tape and panel.
We have a Gemma video that's coming out that was excellent, and a NeoPixel one. It might even be done in the next couple of days. We're doing a whole new round of videos about our new product, and also products you're very familiar with. EL would be pretty nice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It'll
okay.
be fun
EL
to be
panel
glowing.
video with Andrew.
Yeah. Okay.
The Gemma video will be out next week.
At least, yeah.
No, we're gonna put it up next. We're gonna
Next
put it
week?
up next Wednesday.
Okay. This
Next
is
Wednesday's
you're in the
video.
director's cut.
We're having
version.
a meeting right now.
All right. Next up, this is the last question. I've created a TV helmet with 130 neopixels in the matrix in the face, and I'm looking for a good way to power it. I've been using a PC power supply, but this is for a costume, so it has to be portable. I've dimmed the LEDs quite a bit, and it draws about 1 amp. Any ideas how I can power it?
You're going to be wanting to use that lithium-ion battery pack in the store. We have two different kinds. The bigger one is 6,600 milliamp hours, so it can power a peak amperage of 13 amps, and then anything under 6 is totally safe for it. So lithium-ion battery pack for you, or a couple of our biggest lithium polymer cells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good advice. All right.
And please show us your project. When I give you advice about what battery supply to use, I expect to see pictures in return.
Listen
Please.
to the crazy lady in the LED light up wig, folks.
I just want to see your project.
Yeah. All right. It's prize time, Becky.
Okay.
Let's give away a prize.
Everybody who asked a question.
What's the prize, though?
Oh, the prize is, I told you earlier,
Oh,
is
Sugru.
this pack of Sugru. It is not multicolor. It is black and white.
No, that was just I was just showing a photo of something else that I saw online.
I couldn't find the multicolored
The
Sugru.
Sugru folks are on Twitter right now. They're all interacting. Everybody's like, there said hi, and people are doing stuff.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm about to give away a package of your product. Okay, so everybody who asked a question today, their name is in this bucket. If you would like to ask a question, post it in the comments, or on Twitter, or Facebook, or Google Plus, or all of that stuff. And the winner is the one whose name I can't pronounce. KE5SUI. It's the guy who has NeoPixel Matrix face.
Yeah, the
130 NeoPixels in a matrix in
a
the
TV
face
helmet.
of my TV helmet. Kesui, if I pronounce the 5 as an S.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have won this pack of Sugru. Please email support@adafruit.com to claim your prize. And I will also reach out to you on YouTube.
All right. Okay, well, that's the show this week, Becky. That's it.
Hooray! I won't get to talk to you until it's like too late for Halloween, so it's my last chance to remind you to buy some supplies for your Halloween costume. We have 4 project tutorials: the EL wire hoodie, the EL wire helmets, the space face pixel makeup, and what did we do before that? The Iron Man arc reactor. So those are 4 great Halloween projects.
And
you can.
last year's dragon costume, you
Yeah.
still got that? Yeah.
Totally.
Got tons of stuff to make and do.
There's still time, but next week when I come on and tell you, there won't be any more time. So I wanted to tell you.
And if you want to pick up something right now and probably try to overnight it so you get it really soon, use the code hoodie. They'll give you 10% off. That's everything in the Adafruit store in the Floor and Wearables category, all the stuff that we pretty much talked about and more. And that lasts till 11:59 tonight. So you can do that. And then don't forget, if you do make anything, tag it pound electronic Halloween so we can find it. But you can also email it to us. We'll find it.
We would like to blog your projects, so please share them with us.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Thank you,
seems
everyone.
like that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's it for Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern this week. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, right on the dot with timing and beautiful, pristine vision. We look like people, not some...
I really like the way our skin
Yeah.
is looking with the new camera setup. Because we didn't change the lights at all. So if you look at last week's
Yeah.
show and you can just look at the difference between the 2 camera optics,
Yeah.
like this auto white balance is really nice.
Yeah, we've got mugs and everything.
We've got mugs and I've got good hair day. The
It's like
show's dialed in.
It's like a professional organization.
It's like we do this for our jobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week.
Bye.
Bye.